Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone is doing well. I know, it's pretty bright in here. I got the sunlight in my face, directly in my face. It's gonna go away sooner or later. I'm not troubled by that at all. Well, decided to come on here today to give all of you some great news. There's a huge Um, there's a few things that I'm going to be doing in the next couple months that you will see changes, and I think you've seen the changes already that are happening. Um, One of the changes that has happened already, I am not posting the interviews. Interviews that are already out there that I've done with people. Those are out there. I can't do nothing about those anymore. But interviews that I have done with people from here on out will not be posted on Facebook at all. Will not be posted on social media at all. Um, you know, uh, I will be using a different platform to post those interviews. Those interviews are to not only for people to watch, but for people to get educated about about different people with different disabilities. I started this as a hobby. Now it's turning to something real, um, and I want to change the way I do things because it's really needed. Nowadays, social media is it's a toxic environment. You got so many people criticizing people for so many different reasons. um I know the people who follow me, I know my friends wouldn't do that, but there are others out there that take the opportunity, that want to befriend you, and turns out that they all just want to just criticize other people, and I am not for that. So I have taken the liberty of storing I'm still doing interviews with people with disabilities. I'm just not posting on social media anymore. These interviews instead will be posted in a portal to educate those who don't know about people with disabilities and would love to learn to work with people with disabilities. That is one of the things that I have done. That's one of the changes that you will see. Um, Again, the interviews that are out there, there's really nothing I can do about it. They're out there. I'm sorry, people. Um, they're out there already, and but from here on out, the interviews that I haven't posted, you won't see whatsoever. I will continue to give you hints here and there. Once in a while, if I'm interviewing someone, I may go live because sometimes they have something interesting they're saying. But, you know, interviews itself, um, not gonna happen. Um, uh, Another thing that I'm working on is potentially in the near future having a podcast. Having a podcast that is in the works. So stay updated with that. Um, I have a lot to say on different subjects, different areas. I've been around in the movement for many years, many years. and there are many things that I would love to say. But again, I'm not gonna feed into the criticism out there that is already out there against people with mental illness or intellectual or developmental disabilities. I'm not gonna feed into the criticism about that anymore. So, um, those are the few things that I'm gonna be doing in the long run. I will still have this show. I just renewed my subscription to this platform, which I will be doing more shows on here, um, having more conversations, actually having a bigger dialogue. And I would like to see if there's actual people out there who want to be a part of this. Let's have a conversation um, about different subjects. As you can see today, I'm not using my microphone or my any equipment. Today, I just decided. Give me 1 second, people. Um, I just decided, to take these routes, and um, there are plenty of people out there reaching out that they want to work with me and continuing this project that I started. I started this again as a hobby, and now it's continue. And now it's moved into something else, which is even bigger than what I expected. Because in moving the interviews that I've done out of Facebook, out of social media, and into a portal to educate people, I'm not going to be educating people in just in one state. The hope is to educate people nationwide. That is the hope. The organizations and the groups that I'm working with are making this happen, and that's all I can say for now about that. Um, and I will have more to say as progress starts, as progress begins. I just know that when this kicks off, because it hasn't kicked off yet, it's just in the uh, process, in the working process. When this kicks off, you're gonna see me post less on Facebook. Um, you'll still see me post my regular good morning, blah blah blah. Check in with everyone. Um, you know, uh, some things will change, some things uh, won't change at all. And that's basically one of the things that I will be doing in the long run. Um, yeah, there are many platforms that I'm using right now. Some of them are not going to be, I'm not going to be using anymore. And some new platforms will be put in place. When that happens, of course, all of you will be notified in case you want to see where you can find the latest interviews, or um, if there's a podcast or something. But that this is something that is in the works. Nothing yet and clear. But you know, just keep your eye out. That's all I gotta say. Keep your eye out. Keep an eye out on these things. Um, and in a few weeks, I'll be starting up my painting again here. I'll be doing some painting, so you're more than welcome to see that. Um, I'm also, like I said, I renewed my subscription to this platform. Hopefully, just for this month. And if there is other platforms that I will be using, I most likely will be using those platforms. I did say in the past that I was thinking about creating a social media platform. I'm still looking into that. I'm still looking into that um, because there is a lot of uh, background work that I don't know about. So I need savvy people who may know about that um, to help me with um, that knowledge. So those are the latest updates I have for now. Um, Let me see here. I wasn't paying attention here. No questions whatsoever. No questions whatsoever. Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, people. I hope everyone has a great day. October is almost over, and this month has been going by so fast. Um, you know, there's a lot that I have focused in the last couple months on here. I've talked about several different issues that I care about, some locally, some nationally. Um, Today in Chicago, uh, the city council is supposed to pass Lori Lightfoot's budget that she proposed. Uh, some of her budget, I do agree with, but some of it is okay, how is it gonna help? You know, um, but uh, the fact that she's putting more money into public mental health clinics is amazing. Instead of giving more money to private providers who are already overfilled with people who, speaking as a client, okay, as a speaking as a client of a private provider, my social worker has to work in two buildings. They take turns. There's a team of four social workers. When I first started living here, I had four social workers. They did not have to work in another building whatsoever. Right now, they have to switch turns because there's not enough staff in one of the buildings. Which, in in theory, you would think that okay, well, they're serving two buildings. That's great, but when you think about the caseloads, when you think about the people they are serving, someone's being left out or not being served correctly. So this is why we need public mental health clinics throughout the city of Chicago. I've always been in favor of public mental health clinics, even though I, I go to a private provider. And reason being is because I've seen how people are treated in a public setting versus a private setting. I've seen both sides of the coin. And let me tell you, one looks better than the other. Private providers treat you like a number. You come to your appointment, you're seen, then see you later. And if you got any issues, they'll listen to you. But most likely after an hour, that's it. And that's with a private provider. With public mental health clinics, they treat you more like family, where you always have someone to talk to, where you don't have to go home knowing that you have these problems. because you know that someone's going to help you through them. Um, just look at our city right now with the violence we have. I'm not saying that all the violence is contribute to people with mental illness. Because yes, like I said last time, there are idiots out there. But when you think about the clinics that we have lost in the past and the people who have been left out because they either lost their clinic or because private providers cannot serve them because they have a list. They have a list of a waiting list. Um, that's unacceptable, people. That is unacceptable. I mean, honestly, I've thought of the idea before. My one of my social workers who left here for private for to start her own practice once told me, I think we should have social workers not just here in the building, but I think we should have social workers throughout the community. What do you think about that? And I was taken back that coming from her. But given the fact where, this is a different time and the need is out there, we should have social workers everywhere. We should have social workers, libraries, in schools, in places where social workers can be at, not just in one setting. And I am totally for having social workers everywhere. You know, not just in one building, not just in one school, not just in one library, but everywhere. There should be social workers everywhere. Um, they are the backbone of helping people dealing with a problem or dealing with a mental illness. Um, and other types of illnesses that they may have. Just to have someone to talk to, that makes a big difference. So I got on here talking about having a huge announcement, and I said it already. And I started talking about this because today the city is passing Lori Lightfoot's budget. Some of it, it's good. Some of it, I'm like, how is that going to help us? But the thing is, when we have more people on the streets day after day, I'm not gonna lie to you. On this phone, I have a police scanner. Okay, on this phone, I have a police scanner. Day after day, I've been listening to the calls of people who have a mental illness, who have a mental illness, and they don't refer to people with mental illness as having a mental illness. They call it we have a mental. For me, that's unacceptable whatsoever. There should be programs throughout each community that support people who have a mental illness or who have a developmental or intellectual disability. But unfortunately, there's not. And when the city is spending money here and there instead of creating new programs that would help our communities, you know, um, different feelings that I feel, about that. But, I'm gonna save that for another day. Today, I just hope that this the money to reopen more mental health clinics throughout the city of Chicago passes because it's needed. It's long overdue. Even if they just open two or three, I would be happy with that. Um, I know it's not enough. I know we need all the clinics that have been closed and more open throughout the city. But for starters, if they just say, "Well, we're gonna open one," I'll be happy with that. Because I'll be happy with if they open two. But if it's just one, I'm happy because right now we have approximately four in the city of Chicago. Four, and you know, um, it's unacceptable. Four that serve the whole city of Chicago. You have South Side, West Side, North Side, East Side, Southwest, Northwest. Um, you know, it's like there's different areas in the city of Chicago that could be served, and they're not due to the lack of money or due to the leadership that we have in office that doesn't know how to run the money, doesn't know how to put the money correctly where it belongs. But I already took so much of your time. I'm not gonna make this an hour show, and I'm not gonna make this a half an hour show. So before I do that, I want to give you some of your time back and ask you to join me later on this evening um, or tomorrow, depending on how I feel, and we will either pick up this conversation or start a new one. For now, I will talk to you later. Bye. Trying to end it here. All right, talk to you later, everyone.